Well, hello there then guys. Welcome to the final weekly vlog of 2017. Now I've actually been pretty bad with these weekly vlogs, but it's just so happened that New Year's Eve has fallen on a Sunday, which is when these videos generally go out. So it's the perfect time for kind of a end of year retrospect to look back at the things I've done this year that maybe you don't know about, some of the things that you probably do, the stuff that's been on the channel, and maybe just a few other little tidbits and what I'm looking forward to in 2018. So I'm going to have a bit of a problem here because I tend to forget a lot of stuff. Like early in this year, I've probably done a load of really interesting stuff that I'm just not going to remember. So I'm going to try really hard to include everything, which is going to be tricky. Anyway, let's start with when I was still at uni, because as you know, I have graduated now, and back when I was doing my final project, which was a big performance of Psycho Redux, which was essentially the movie Psycho remade to be put on stage, but in a kind of filmic way. So we'd have all live cameras filming us on stage with projections, and it was really incredible. One of the greatest pieces of performance I've ever been in, and I really loved it, and I loved every second of doing that. That was probably one of my highlights of the entire year. And then that of course led into graduation, which is a few months on, but I don't know if anything really happened in the middle there. Bit of a quiet time. I got grades back and that kind of thing. Finished uni with a first, which is absolutely amazing, and graduation was it was an amazing time. Like I expected it to be kind of, I tend to not really care about big events like that and birthdays and Christmases, they just kind of go by. But graduation did feel like this really big, really special event and something that I'm really going to remember. And I'm so glad I've got so many nice pictures from that day, and I might even have a few videos. But yeah, it's something that's going to stick with me for a really long time. And the evening out that evening, that didn't stick with me until the morning. Can't remember a thing, so must have been a good night. So in the couple of months after graduation, not really much was going on. In those few summer months, I was working down here in Luton. But at the end of September, or the start of September rather, we went to California, which if you have been watching the videos on this channel, you would have seen. And it was an amazing time. Probably one of my favourite things I've ever done, just being in an RV for 2 weeks, going to all these incredible places in California. I would love to do it again. I'd love to go further. I'd try different states or other parts of the country. Maybe state to state would be a really interesting way of doing it. I'd really love to do it again one day, and I think that is something I'm going to really want to do. But I do love California. I love being out there so I can see my uncle and auntie, because they are some of my favourite family members, just full stop. Sorry everyone, but they are. It's pretty hard to beat considering they live in America, and it gives us an excuse to go out there. But from that holiday, I've got some really amazing memories that I think are going to probably stick with me for a very long time. Things like just hiking through the woods and seeing a bear late at night, and swimming in a crystal clear lake out in the middle of nowhere after hours and hours of torturous bike riding, which left everyone in a foul mood, but then when we got to that lake, it was absolutely beautiful. It's definitely one of my favourite things I've ever done, and you just have to say the word and I'd be back there in an instant doing it all again. It was amazing. After California was over, we basically came back to the normal, what would be the norm for me from now on. I'm done with uni, I needed to get a job, I needed to do other bits and bobs. One of the best things was actually moving in with Lauren, just me and her exclusively in our own place. Absolutely love the flat. And just being able to be with her and her alone was really nice, and I was very happy. And I mean, getting jobs was very hard. I had lots of interviews where I just got rejected, or applications that nothing ever even came of, and it is tricky getting a job these days. And the way people say they used to get jobs, that's just foreign to me, because the amount of times I've applied for like 40, 50 jobs, and 90% of them never even hear a word from them. Now that's not to say there weren't good things in that field, because I was also doing freelance projects. I'm working on a really big media artist project, which is kind of what I want to do once I'm kind of settled down and I can have the job that I want. I want to be kind of just a creative, creating media, creating films, theatre, all that kind of stuff. And I had the perfect job coming straight out of uni. It's bits and bobs. It's a week here and a week there, a couple of days there, but it's given me the experience I need. It's something that's really amazing, and we're going on tour with it this year. So I'm gonna, well, next year, sorry, because this is still 2017 at this point. yeah, next year we're going on tour. We're going all around England, up to Scotland, and it's going to be really amazing. And I'm definitely going to do a lot of vlogging when I do that, because I think that's the kind of experience I just want to hold with me. That wasn't the only freelance work I did either. I also was working with some of the brand new first years from the performing arts degree, which I did. The actual lecturers asked me to come back and help them doing some of their new work because, well, they're brand new, they don't know what it is, and I've had 3 years doing it, and I guess the lecturers must have identified me as someone that is able to help people and do things like this, so that's quite flattering to know that. And that they actually paid me for it. That's an added bonus. But yeah, it was a really fun experience, and that probably resulted in one of my favourite things of the entire year was when we were at a Christmas party, and it was really awkward because me and Kira were there, and we were kind of the only graduates, and they were all first years and all that kind of thing. So we were pretty much out of place. And then somebody started doing I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas on karaoke, and it actually started snowing, and it was just, that was weird. Really, really weird. Since then though, I've been home for Christmas. I got some really amazing gifts from my friends and my family, which I'm really thankful for. I also have managed to get a job. I'm not quite sure if it's full-time or part-time yet, but I'll find that out when I go back in January. It's at the uni. It's doing stewarding, which is something I've done before, and it's just a way of earning some money so I can keep on living. And I'm really quite looking forward to 2018. Even though there's been some harder times at the end of this year, and I wish there wasn't, but I am quite positive about what 2018 is going to have. I think there's going to be some really good times to come, and just having a job, having that, being able to be settled, and then eventually finding a place of my own. I just think it's something that I'm ready for, and it can't come soon enough, really. I'm just looking forward to it. Like, eventually, I don't want to be doing this stewarding job forever. I don't really want to be doing it at all, but obviously it is just for money to help me get by until I can actually be doing the jobs I want, what I've trained for, and that is what I'm quite happy about. It's really useful that my other YouTube channel is earning some money. I mean, I've kind of fallen out of love with it a bit. It's just kind of got to be a job. Like, the constant Easter egg videos, they're just really boring me, and I don't enjoy making them anymore. So I don't really know what I'm going to be doing with that in the new year. I'd like to say that I'm just going to make some stuff that I enjoy, because I absolutely love doing the Saturday videos, which are kind of just me playing games and having fun and having a laugh and just doing stuff like that. A bit of streaming, I really enjoy that. And it just doesn't feel like work when I do that. But when I'm like worried about, oh, it's Wednesday, I have to get an Easter egg video out today, otherwise, I don't know. It's just annoying. Anyway, I think that's about it. I mean, there was some stuff I didn't mention, like I started this channel this year, and this has been really, really good for me. Like, I actually just like being able to talk sometimes. It's something I like. And there's other stuff I haven't mentioned, like in the new year, I am going to lose weight. And because I need to feel good about myself again, I need to lose some weight, gain some muscle, and just improve myself. And that's what I'm really looking forward to in the new year, because I've got kind of a different mental attitude to what I had even like a few weeks ago. Like, I feel like completely different at the minute, and I just know that I can sort myself out and just be a better me, which is what I'm looking forward to the most. So yeah, in the new year, something to look forward to. Thanks for watching, guys. If you subscribed this year, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Have a great 2018.